You've done it again. You picked up your phone to check one notification and suddenly 20 minutes have disappeared. You don't even remember what you looked at. You just know you feel worse than before you started. This isn't an accident. And it's not a lack of willpower on your part. Your brain is being hijacked by some of the most sophisticated psychological manipulation techniques ever created. Techniques designed by engineers who studied the same methods casinos use to keep gamblers at slot machines for hours. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how social media platforms are rewiring your brain, why you physically cannot stop scrolling, and the one thing these companies don't want you to know about their algorithm. Because once you see it, you can't unsee it. Let's start with a simple question. When was the last time you opened Instagram or TikTok with a specific purpose, found what you needed, and then closed the app? If you're struggling to remember, there's a reason for that. Social media platforms are not designed to give you what you want. They're designed to keep you engaged for as long as possible. Because every second you spend scrolling is a second they can sell to advertisers. But here's where it gets dark. To maximize that time, these platforms use something called persuasive design. This is a field of psychology that studies how to change human behavior through digital interfaces. And the people building these apps aren't just good at it. They're the best in the world. Former Google design ethicist Tristan, who worked on these systems, admitted that tech companies employ literal brain hacking. They study vulnerabilities in human psychology and exploit them for profit. Think about how a slot machine works. You pull the lever, you don't know what you'll get, and occasionally you win. That uncertainty, that variable reward, is what keeps people pulling that lever for hours even when they're losing money. Now think about refreshing your feed. You pull down, you don't know what you'll see, and occasionally you get something exciting. A like, a comment, a video that makes you laugh. It's the exact same mechanism. And your brain responds the exact same way. Let's talk about dopamine, because this is where things get scary. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter that your brain releases when you anticipate a reward. Not when you get the reward, but when you anticipate it. It's the chemical that makes you want things. Every time you see a notification, every time you get a like, every time a new video starts autoplaying, your brain gets a small hit of dopamine. And over time, your brain starts craving those hits. Studies using brain imaging technology have shown that social media activates the same neural pathways as cocaine. I'm not being dramatic. Researchers at UCLA found that when teenagers saw their photos get lots of likes, the reward centers in their brains lit up in the exact same regions that respond to eating chocolate or winning money. But here's the truly insane part. The apps are designed to give you dopamine hits at unpredictable intervals, because unpredictable rewards are more addictive than predictable ones. If you knew exactly when you'd get a like, you'd check less often. But because you don't know, your brain tells you to check constantly, just in case. This is called intermittent reinforcement, and it's the most powerful behavior modification tool in psychology. Casinos have known this for decades. B.F. Skinner proved it with rats in the 1950s. And now, Silicon Valley has perfected it. Your infinite scroll? That's not a convenient feature. That's a deliberate choice to remove stopping cues. In the physical world, when you finish a chapter in a book or reach the end of a TV episode, your brain has a moment to decide whether to continue. Infinite scroll removes that moment. It removes your ability to choose. And the algorithm, the thing deciding what you see, is learning from you. Constantly. Here's something that's going to make you uncomfortable. Right now, TikTok knows whether you're depressed. Instagram knows if you're insecure about your body. Facebook knows your political beliefs, your relationship status, and whether you're likely to buy something impulsively. How? Because every hesitation, every video you watch twice, every post you almost liked but didn't, teaches the algorithm something about you. If you pause for 3 seconds on a video of someone with your dream body, the algorithm notices, and suddenly, your feed is full of fitness content and subtle reminders of what you don't have. The average person touches their phone 2,617 times per day. Every single touch is data. Every scroll, every pause, every click is teaching an AI system how to manipulate you more effectively tomorrow than it did today. So why can't you just stop? Because these platforms have created something called a compulsion loop. First, they trigger you with a notification. You feel that buzz in your pocket, you see that red dot, and your brain immediately releases a tiny bit of cortisol, the stress hormone. You feel a microdose of anxiety until you check what it is. Second, they give you an unpredictable reward. Maybe it's something exciting, maybe it's boring. Your brain doesn't know, so it pays extra attention. Third, they make it effortless to continue. Autoplay starts the next video. Recommended posts appear instantly. The friction has been removed from every interaction. And finally, they remind you to come back. Through notifications, through emails, through fear of missing out. Sean Parker, the founding president of Facebook, admitted in an interview that the platform was designed to exploit a vulnerability in human psychology. His exact words were, "God only knows what it's doing to our children's brains." The people who built these systems don't let their own kids use them. Steve Jobs didn't let his children use iPads. Former Facebook executives have publicly stated they feel tremendous guilt about what they created. Why? Because they know something most users don't. These platforms aren't making you happier. Study after study shows that increased social media use is directly correlated with increased rates of depression, anxiety, loneliness, and poor sleep. A 2018 study from the University of Pennsylvania found that limiting social media use to just 30 minutes per day led to significant reductions in loneliness and depression. You're not weak. You're not addicted because something is wrong with you. You're addicted because billion-dollar companies have spent decades and billions of dollars figuring out how to make you addicted. Now, here's what they really don't want you to know. The algorithm isn't neutral. It doesn't just show you what you like. It shows you what keeps you engaged longest. And what keeps people engaged longest? Outrage, controversy, content that makes you angry or afraid. Internal documents leaked from Facebook revealed that their own research found that content promoting division and extremism receives higher engagement. And higher engagement means the algorithm promotes it more. Your feed isn't a reflection of reality. It's a funhouse mirror designed to provoke the strongest emotional reaction possible. Because angry people scroll longer. So what do you do about this? I'm not going to tell you to delete all your social media. That's unrealistic for most people, and honestly, these platforms do have value when used intentionally. But here are 3 things you can do right now to take back control. First, turn off all non-essential notifications. Every notification is a trigger designed to pull you back in. Disable them. You'll check your apps when you choose to, not when the algorithm tells you to. Second, set time limits and stick to them. Most phones now have built-in screen time features. Use them. 30 minutes per day on social media is the threshold where negative mental health effects start to appear. Third, and this is the most important one, be conscious of how you feel before and after you use these apps. If you consistently feel worse after scrolling, that's your brain telling you something is wrong. The algorithm is designed to be invisible. The moment you start noticing how it works, the moment you start questioning why you're seeing what you're seeing, you break the spell. These companies have spent billions trying to control your attention. But attention is the one thing you can still choose to give or withhold. If this video changed how you think about social media, leave a comment below telling me which platform you spend the most time on. I'm curious to see if there's a pattern. And if you want to dive deeper into how technology is manipulating human behavior, I've got more videos breaking down the psychology behind the apps you use every day. Your brain is the most valuable thing you own. Don't let an algorithm decide how you use it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.